and welcome to Good or Bad. It's a new little show we're going to try out to get a little bit more videos out there for you guys. This is a different thing. We're going to actually, every now and then, review movies that are in theaters and just tell you if it's good or bad. And so you can go out and see it if you value our opinion. If you don't, then go fuck yourself. I saw Star Trek Beyond.
Cool, I didn't.
All right, well, it's perfect. Let's talk about it a little bit. I love this movie. I thought it was great. I liked the first Star Trek reboot, 2009. Into Darkness, I liked, and then I thought about it, and then I didn't like it. Because it kind of falls apart a lot. But overall, I've liked the first... As many people have said, and I agree with, they are not really Star Trek in any sense, other than the trappings of Star... Like, it's got Kirk and Scotty and, like, people that are from Star Trek, but it is up to 11, dialed up. It's not really... It's not your dad's Star Trek, that's for sure. This one, Star Trek Beyond, actually manages to be the most Star Trek-like movie since First Contact.
They are on a 5-year mission to explore and discover new worlds.
It starts on the 5-year mission. There's a great intro. I'm not going to do any spoilers, but there's a great little moment in the beginning where they're talking about how there's a line where Kirk says, "Things are starting. We've been under year 3 of our 5-year mission, and things are starting to get a little episodic." Which is, it sounds cheesy, but it works in the movie. It works in the movie, and it's funny. And there's lots of little references like that. Just real quick backup setup. I've not seen any of the original series, a handful of episodes, but I've watched all of Star Trek TNG like twice. Okay, so I'm a big TNG guy. Personally,
I have the first season of the original series on DVD. City on the Edge of Forever, Seed Space. It's just
right.
They're so good.
So good. I hear, and I want to watch them. I'm a TNG guy, born.
And me too. I've seen both. I love both of them.
And the biggest criticisms with a lot of the Star Trek, or the first 2 Star Trek movies, is they're a little too. It's all over. It's so over the top, and you don't get the sense of exploration and the sense of the characters that you really. The characters are there, but not as much. Yeah. This movie, what it does right is you get that sense of exploring. You see that this Enterprise blows up, and that happens in the first act or whatever, and that really, I thought I wasn't gonna like that. Because I was like, oh, what? They're not going to be on the fucking Enterprise most of the movie? It works because they go down to this planet and they have to explore, and you get that sense of exploration and mystery and seeing this cool world that was always kind of a part of Star Trek, and running into new creatures and new aliens and that sort of thing. And that's really in this movie that has been lacking in some of the other ones.
Yeah, and the other film, my biggest issue with the other ones is you get no sense of that these people are essentially Navy officers.
Yes. That is a big part of, well, kind of to an extent.
Like in the first one especially.
But they're not military. Starfleet's not military.
No.
Even though they shoot the shit out of everything.
You get the first one where like Kirk is just this renegade.
Yeah. Who
comes in, usurps the Enterprise and makes it his own little thing. And the second one, you get kind of like, look at all the stuff that happened. Yeah. Remember Khan? Remember this?
Yeah. This one it's funny. This one has that as much as Into Darkness literally fully ripped out things from old movies and pulled them in. Mm-hmm. This one does it in a way just as much, but way more successfully than in any of the first. There's so many references, so many little references that Star Trek fans would love to things. And there's even, I don't know if you've watched. I have not seen all of. I think it was Voyager. There's an episode of Voyager where there's a swarm of...
Oh, yeah.
That's where things. That's
in it?
Well, it's the bad guys' spapeships. The bad guys in this have a big swarm, and that's kind of the big bad spaceship in this, which is cool.
Now do these ones have...
They latch onto the ship and then come into the ship. Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool.
It's fucking cool. And there's lots of cool stuff like that. And the other big thing is that the characters in this really get time with each other. Mm-hmm. And they're not like Kirk, as much as people want him to just pretend that Kirk is like some big dumb frat boy, he's not. No. And in this movie, he is not. And they have moments. There's a great scene early on with Bones and Kirk where they're talking and having a drink together. And it's just, there's a lot of that. And Bones and Spock together on the planet is like one of the best parts of the movie. And there's just so much of that where you get these good character arcs of all the... And it's fulfilling and satisfying, and it still does the over-the-top blockbuster moments that everybody, you have to have, but it just serves the characters, and it fucking makes you happy. It's just fun. It's just a fun movie.
That's always been my issue with the Star Trek films in general, is that they take the captain's role and just turn him into stupid action hero.
Yeah.
Where even Kirk from the original series, there's so many... The only reason he's part of the away team is because either the people before him have failed, or is that he needs to bring in some expertise that he has to
Right.
the situation. There's a lot of situations where they send the away team of red shirts and they just come back dead.
Yeah. Right. And it's, like I said, since this one, there's no away teams in this because they're all an away team because their fucking Enterprise explodes. So it makes sense that they're all down on the planet. But they all, and in this one, they also all use their skills appropriately. Like, Scotty does lots of Scotty things. The captain does captain thing. Kirk does Kirk things. It's not just, they're all not just fighting. Spock doesn't, beat the shit out of people on a fucking flying space.
What would Sulu do? Because he's just the pilot.
He pilots. He has a great pilot moment, or a couple of them in this, where he does cool pilot stuff.
So there's other vehicles besides the Enterprise?
Without getting into spoilers, yes.
Okay, cool.
And
he's not just a fencer for...
No. And he doesn't fight at all in this movie, that I remember. It's, he flies stuff. That's what he does. But real quick, there are only a couple negatives. The bad guy is a little underwritten, I think. I thought, and a lot of people have said that. He's not bad, and the actor, it's Idris Elba plays him, and he's great. He does a good job. Just the motivation was a little lacking on his character, and a little slammed into the last 15 minutes of the movie. And then there's a couple moments of CG. Everybody's seen the part where Kirk rides the motorcycle into the thing.
Yeah.
That works overall, but there's a couple shots that look really not good. I don't know how that happens in a movie like this, but there was like one in particular where he's driving around some rocks that I was like, that looks like a fucking video game. I don't even know. But overall, I loved the movie. I was blown away. There was moments where I was giddy, grinning from ear to ear, and on things that if you told me, described the scene before I went into the movie, I would go, that's going to be the dumbest fucking thing. And then you get into the movie, and I'm like, this is the coolest fucking thing. So it's great. Simon Pegg knocked it out of the park on this script. It's good. It's great. Go see it in theaters. I want to see it again, honestly. There's so much going on, and I thought it was so good. So yeah, Star Trek Beyond. You should go check it out. But this is a new thing we're going to be doing, good or bad, because we're going to try to do good, bad, or bad every 2 weeks, and then this would do something like this every other week in between that, so we'll have something out every week. We won't go quite so long in between seeing our lovely faces. So until next time, you can keep watching movies, especially Star Trek Beyond.